Right, I think I'm going to be going live now. Got no watchers, but we'll see. Things might happen. Right, this has been bought for me by one of my customers who needs their MacBook repaired. It's been in for quite a while for repair. Unfortunately, I haven't got a microscope yet, so I need one to do this job. So, inside the box is some instructions. Not a lot of room on the desk, I'm afraid. In Chinese and English, excellent. Quite a clear instruction manual. It's 1080p, no 720p VGA. It will work off a memory card. Motion detection as well. And it'll record in 3 minute, 5 minute or 10 minute height intervals, or cycle record is off, which means that it won't overwrite. You've got exposure value, automatic shutdown, turn the LCD off, so it's got the screen built in. It'll work with both light sources. Unfortunately, my light here is making it flicker a little bit. It runs off a USB cable. It doesn't have HDMI out, this, unfortunately. 4.3 inch display, 600 times zoom. We've got adjustable focus and adjustable height. And it actually, I've had a little bit of a play with it when I was just charging it up. You can use it with suction cups or other types of mounts as well. 40 millimeters or 20 millimeter distance. I have a feeling it'll actually work it further than that, but we shall see. Let's find out, shall we? Let's unpack. So we get a bracket. We get the microscope itself. A little bit dusty. I'll have to give that a clean. Got a standard mount. You've got a reset button. The microscope itself has LEDs on the bottom. That's not removable. And there's your lens in there. It's quite a small lens. Comes with a tripod mount. Quite a smooth action on that. Adjustment there for tightness. Yeah, that makes it a lot stiffer. A USB cable, which is a mini USB, the original USB. And I believe, yeah, you have power supply with it. And a mount. Excellent. This is where I can't find a screwdriver. I bet I need one. Let's get rid of the packaging. Let's have a quick look at the packaging actually. So this is just bought off eBay. And it says want to 600 times zoom. Works for 6 hours off the battery. That's built in, and that's just rechargeable. 4.3 inch screen, high definition microscope. It's got some images on the back. You can get different stands with it. High speed, it says, and it works in all sorts of languages. Excellent. Hebrew's in there. Right, we won't need this power supply because I have a USB port already. But it is 5 volts, 2 amps. Right. I could have sworn there was another mount with this. There's a bit missing. So this was a suction cup with it. So plain and simple, you put the microscope in here, tighten it up, got 2 rubber feet on it, comes with the Allen key, that's handy. Rid of that. Now I'm assuming it's going to be mounted that way around to give you maximum reach forward. Ideally I would actually prefer to have it like that with a weight on the back, just because I prefer to have it on the normal table. So I'm going to do that just because I can, and I can find a heavy weight to put on the back of it. It means that I'll be able to work on larger boards without it sitting on a metal table. The metal table might be handy for doing the surface mount though, because at least then you don't melt your main board. It's a long time since I've been online. There's a lot happened in my life since then. I'm not going to tell you all about it, but let's say it's been an interesting year last year, and wouldn't change a minute of it. Well, I'd probably change November, but less said about that the better. Right, now because of how this is set up, you won't be able to see the screen, so I'm going to have to move things around a little bit. So, a cup of tea in the cup. Nice weight. That'll probably do it. Yep, that works perfectly. Excellent. Right, cup of tea back out of the way. Each one of these squares is 1 centimetre, so I'm going to move the camera if I can. Excuse the noise, so that you can see the lens screen. Might be a bit of a crooked angle. We'll shall see if we can sort that out. Right, let's turn it on. Move the light a bit, just to shine it off the wall. It does have a built-in light, which is on the bottom. It's very bright. So, we need a memory stick. Let's have a quick look. Slacking that off so we can have a look at it. Yes, so it's telling you there's no SD card in it. There is an SD card slot on the side there, and a brightness for the LEDs at the bottom, which is quite good. It's battery powered, so I've already charged it up. There's a reset button just there. Battery's fully charged. It's on a 3-minute loop. So let's find the memory card. See if this one will do. In the slot. Now says there's a micro SD card in there. I don't really want to format this micro SD card. I'm going to have to adjust my brightness. Hey, loads of things to adjust here, but yes, YouTube has some interesting options, but nothing for brightness. Okay, we'll have to move the camera back a little bit. What I might do is go into the menu and have a look at the brightness in there. We'll make the whole thing brighter. Ah, that's better. Right. Make the desk brighter. Okay, what options do we have? We have menu, mode, that is focus. So let's have a quick look. Yeah, that's quite crisp. Yeah. Turn the brightness up on the yeah, that's quite good actually. So go to the menu. We've got resolution, so we'll go into there. You've got 1080p, 720p VGA. So we want 1080p. Date tag. Might as well turn that on. Motion detection, I'm going to leave that off. Cycling recording. If we do it in 10-minute intervals, it means that I can upload it to YouTube pretty much straight from it. Actually, I'll tell you what we'll do, we'll turn that off and I'll just record it as a continuous recording. Right, we've got menu again. That goes into the next menu. That formats the memory card, which I'm not going to do because I don't know what's on this memory card. Language setting is English, Russian, and that is, I don't remember. That looks like Chinese, that's Spanish, Turkey, that's Arabic, that is, can't remember what that one is. That's Polish, that's French, Italian, Portuguese, Estonia, Dutch, Japanese, and Mandarin. So we'll leave that in English. Auto power off is either off 1 minute or 3 minutes. Screensavers are off 1 minute or 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Don't want the screensaver on. Reset frequency in hertz. Well, in this country we're on 50 hertz, so we'll leave it at 50. Time setting is 2018. It's already set. 2019, and it's the 10th. It's going to be Valentine's Day soon. I hope you've all got Valentine's Day presents for people, because I have. Right, date format is in the wrong order, so let's just change that to the 2nd. And now my phone is moving. There we go. And the time is midnight nearly. So 22, 23. This will go down. Let's say 55, I think. 56. Right. Menu. Just check that's changed. Yep. Video rotate, so you can have it either on or off, so that'll turn it upside down. Fill light, on or off. Change that to off, it should turn the light off, which it has. Version 1.3. So fill light, I'm going to turn that back on because we've got an adjuster on the side anyway. Menu goes back to the beginning, and then mode changes it to photo, play. Photo, play, or video. So press OK and it should start recording. Yes, it does. Excellent. Press OK again, it stops recording. Press left and right, it doesn't do anything. So I'm going to start recording just because I want to see what it looks like. Right. It's quite difficult this because I haven't got a proper setup here yet. I'm only just starting again. So it's not exactly handheld, but you know, it may as well be. Right, I'm gonna have to move the phone, which is only held up with gaffer tape at the moment. Excuse the crudity of that. And my finger getting in the way. Let's get rid of that. So, we're now recording. We've got up and down adjustment, which is on the back. We've got focus. Obviously it's going up and down at the moment, so let's put it on maximum height and then see how well it'll focus. So on the maximum height you're getting roughly 2 centimeters by 1 centimeter on zoom. I'm going to put a board underneath it and just see what that looks like on a this is an Apple a MacBook Air main board. This is a where is it? 8234B. So that's what it looks like on the screen. So I think that's fairly good. That's nice and crisp, certainly. When you actually look at the board directly, it's readable, but you know, it is quite a dirty board. Okay, I need to find a way of getting this camera like that. I think that will probably do it. Yeah, that'll do it. Right. Just give me a minute. Unfortunately, I haven't got a stand for my iPhone yet. It's the iPhone 10 that I've got. So I'm just going to have to stick this on the screen and hope it holds. And hope it doesn't change anything. Right. A bit of a funny angle, I'm afraid. I have no option but to put it like that. So what I'm going to do, move that across slightly. Move that across slightly. I'm going to have a quick look at some of the components to see what this is like. So, actually on the screen itself, that is pretty clear. You can certainly see individual strands and pick them off. You'll certainly be able to see that's a large component, by the way. These are the smaller components. So let's just have a quick look and see if we can see any corrosion on this board. I want to go in a little bit closer. Obviously I'm not used to using this yet. So this is how you get your extra magnification. You just go all the way down. Stay there, thank you. So to get more magnification you go further down, and then you should be able to focus in again. You'll turn the brightness down on the screen itself. Certainly seems to be a high enough quality. Let's just have a quick look at this board. So you can see how crisp and clear that is. We have had a little bit of work on this board once before, and then the person decided to take it into the shower. Not with him actually into the shower, but put it on the toilet. And when you put it on the toilet, obviously there's steam from the shower got into the board, and it died again. So let's just have a quick look at that. It's just hairs, it's not a crack. Thought there was a crack on the board. Let's turn the brightness up on the light and focus it in slightly more. It's not bad. And what we'll do is raise it up a little bit more and focus it in, so I'll just get a few more components at once on there. Turn the brightness down again. Let's have a look. And to be honest with you, this board might just benefit from a bath in some alcohol. Look for any signs of corrosion first. That's the most common problem. Ooh, that doesn't look very pretty. Let's have a quick closer look at that. It's a bit too bright. No, that's alright. It's the 8, is it 849? No, I haven't got my board view software downloaded yet, etc. My computer's still downloading 200 gig of files from the Microsoft cloud. All my photos and all my applications, etc., etc., because unfortunately my hard drives are gone temporarily. Ooh, that looks funky. Okay, that's fine, that's just a bit of fluff. Again, that's just a bit of fluff. What I might do is get my needle and those tubes just to check for these bits. I'm hoping you can see this on the screen. It is quite difficult to see. Yeah, that's just fluff. And that's just fluff. I'm not sure if that's a little bit of corrosion there, but it doesn't look like it. Okay, I might have to do a test and see whether or not there's power going to the rails, but unfortunately I haven't got the schematics for this. Where are we? Oh, that's just dust and muck. Aha. That to me, nope, that's again just muck. It looked like there was a crack on that capacitor there. Again, it's just fluff. More fluff. Fluff. Bit of muck. Everything looks nice and shiny. Just as a point of scale, let's see. This is my micrometer. It should zero out. Never does. There you go. So one of these components that are on the screen just here is .8 of a millimeter wide and 0.27 0.2 millimeters wide. So you could fit 5 of those on a millimeter. On a 1 millimeter square hole board. Right. Tell you what I haven't checked, and that's if there's a JTAG connector on this. No, I've already removed the JTAG connector, which is there. There's no shorts on that. Those capacitors, and it looks a little bit funky, but not too bad. Heat sinks on there. I do like this light. Does seem to work quite well. No corrosion on there. To be honest with you, I can't see any corrosion anywhere. There's a hair on that fuse. Connectors look alright. There's no shorts. The battery connector did keep on disconnecting on this. Right, if you notice, there's 3 capacitors there, and the middle one is very, very dark compared to the rest, so I might come back to that one. There's a resistor. That's for checking how many amps come through the battery, I believe. Let's see, I haven't got my board view software, so that connector looks a little bit melded. Yeah, that's a little bit of heat from a heat gun. That's alright. A little bit of muck on there. Well, I can't see any signs of corrosion as such. The capacitor's quite dark. Missing resistor, but that's meant to be missing, I believe. The screen connector looks, yeah, so. Let's have a quick look at that. A little bit there. Yep. Some flakes of soap or something. Looks like that. Let's wipe them off. Right, there is a bad solder joint on that one there. It shouldn't be bad enough to cause any issues. These capacitors here, again covered in lots of fluff and muck. They're quite dark. That one looks very strange. It's got a conformity around it, so it's been coated at some point. Nothing else. Let's have a look. Bit of muck in that connector. Yeah. One capacitor all lonely out there on its own. Poor little thing. We've got a little resistor beside it. Was that a coil? Yeah, it might be. Might be an inductor. We'll see. Right. So this capacitor here. This microscope's not doing too bad actually. That's very, very covered in flux. I think we could do with giving this board a quick wipe down and maybe see how the machine works with a wipe down with some alcohol, because this has not had any alcohol on it and I can't see any anything other than muck on it so far. So a quick look at this side. I'm not sure. Nope. Capacitor there looks a bit dark, very dark. By the way, I'm talking about this one here. Where is it? That one there. That's a capacitor. That's a little resistor or load. Let's have a look at the balls. That's fine. And focus should work that far. Yeah, they all look fine. Yeah, they all look fine. Again, the capacitors look fine as well. Just a lot of hairs on them. If I had any actual followers, then maybe people would actually be telling me what I'm looking at. Just have a quick look underneath the CPU. See if there's any issues under there. It looks nice and clean under there actually. Doesn't look like anything's got in there. Nope, nothing I can see so far, and I'm more than halfway through the board. It doesn't look like there's any corrosion on here at all. A couple of bad solder joints, but that's sort of expected. These are a common place for bad solder joints. These are the, I believe these are the voltage regulators. As I say, I haven't got board view yet, so it's a bit hard to see. They're all blank board parts. Okay. They look okay. I can't see any corrosion whatsoever on here so far. There's a little bit of flux on there from a previous repair. There's no real signs of damage, to be honest with you, on any of it. Let's say this was fixed and up and running. The only thing I've found is one dark capacitor. All the chips, solder joints seem to be nice and clean. And as I say, there's no corrosion at all. Wow, that's a well-conformed covered chip, sunken in. Just have a quick. They look alright. They look alright. That looks fine. They all look alright. Can't see any cracks on any of these. The screen is actually surprisingly good. Unfortunately, I would prefer to see it on like big screen, but this was only about £30. I didn't pay for it, so I don't know exactly how much it was. But you can get these on eBay. Just search for cheap microscope, basically, or the model number. Right. The only area I haven't checked is where the RAM is. Ooh. Nope, again, just muck and hairs. It actually looks like metal filings. Have a closer look at that. Yeah, they actually look like metal. I wonder if that's been what the problem is. I wonder if there's been some metal got into this. Bent my probe and shorted out something. Let's do a quick continuity test to check the capacitors, make sure they're not shorting to earth. So what we do to do that is we find an earth, a ground, make sure we get a clean spot, just check that we've got noise, and we will go around and check the most common areas like capacitors and see whether or not we have a short on both sides of any of them. Because most of these capacitors will be going to ground. Now these should all be the same. Now that one had a bit of a high reading on one side. Reading a 366, that's fine. 175, that's quite low. 176, 176, 176, 366, 176. So these are going to all want to be 366, 366. Yeah, so there's no shorts on those components. Another capacitors. There we are. It's a good idea to get smaller probes like these. They're much sharper than normal probes, but fine. That's most of the capacitors on this board. And all the readings seem to be about right. Find an earth. Check. A diode 175 0. No. No. So don't be any shorts to earth. And every capacitor I've checked so far has had a short and then either 1.7 or 300 ish. So looks like there's no short to earth. So this machine's not powering on. What I might do move the microscope out of the way for a minute. Get my fibre brush, if I can get it to work and not seize up. Aha. I remember what I used this for last time. Flux. Cleaning flux off a board. So it's a little bit fluffy. Let's have a look, see if we can get it all back together. What I'm going to have to do is unscrew that. Screw that in all the way. And then see if we can force it down the hole. Yep, there it comes. Once it's out, just pull all these fibres out. Quite dusty. Right. Neat and pure alcohol. Lovely. 99% pure. Extremely flammable. And my little container's gone, but at least my cup of tea's here. first you don't succeed, try ever again. La, 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 la. After 40 odd minutes now, well, nobody there. Is anybody out there? Right, pure alcohol. Hopefully that won't leak. Lid back on. Give the brush a wash. I'm feeling this leaks. Get rid of any little bits of hair that are going to fall off. Let's give this board a quick wipe down. Just clean any dust off. I do have an agitator. I've got a ultrasonic cleaner. But right now I just want to literally clean as much of this stuff off as possible and give it a quick wipe down with a towel. I've just splashed alcohol on my cut, which I'm always used to having. Just give that connector a good wash. It could be that this board literally would have been alright if it had just been dried out, because it was just a little bit of steam got in there. We'll see. Unfortunately, I haven't got all my chemicals for my thing. They're still at my old place, so I shall get them soon enough. Unfortunately, it's a big 25-litre container, so it's a bit hard to shift with the current transport situation that we have. Right, that ought to do that. Let's put that alcohol aside. Drink that later. Only kidding. Don't drink 99% pure alcohol. You do have fun and set a light to it. Just going to dry this out with a expensive brand of kitchen roll, which is the stuff that shouldn't fluff up, shouldn't rip. You can get it wet and wring it out. It's bountiful. There's quite a bit of fluff staying on here from the brush that I've just used, which obviously had quite a fluff on it. What we'll do is do the same again on this side. And then I'll use my little brush, which shouldn't have any fluff on it. Good. We'll just clear any of that other fluff off, so it doesn't get stuck in any connectors. I do have an air duster as well, but again, it's not really available at the moment, so quick wipe down on that side. I'm going to put this back together and see if this actually turns on, because we haven't tried this for a long time. Let's do that under that. Let's get the computer in. Ooh, that battery seems a bit puffed up. This is a new battery. This was a new battery. That's very puffed up. This was only bought, this battery, a little while ago. just have a quick check of that. Let's see what the voltage is on it. DC. If I remember correctly, that one and that one. Wrong way around, but 7 volts. Yeah, 7.9 volts, so it's about right. 7.9, just check it all the way along. 7.9, just make sure there's no dodgy. Yep, 7.9, and that should be reading 0. Yep. 0, 0, yep, they're all the earth lines. It's a little bit concerning, that puffed up battery. I might have to send this one back. Right, let's have a quick look and connect this up. Helps if you put the board in the correct place to start with. Oh, I hate these little wires. Come on, out the way. No matter what you do, you always end up with the wires in the wrong place. Right, let's make sure this is up. I hate connecting this one, so I always do it first. There you go, in you go. Lock down. And then we've got this one. Make sure you lift the tag up before you put it back in. Come on. Just watched the Equalizer 2. Not quite as good as the first one, but not bad. I think that's because the first one, though, you didn't know quite what to expect. You did a really good job of doing it, but right, I'm going to try a different set of tweezers because those ones are not my ideals. There you go. Where are my tweezers? So Rex, if you're still listening, is somebody who I still care about. And, well, let's just say there's something special coming her way soon. Right. Let's connect the monitor up. Let's just have a quick look at this. Get a quick dust off. There's a micro hair on it. Yep. Again, I hate connecting these up because they never look like they're hiding. There you go, lock that down. That goes onto the daughter board, that's not important. This side is. I need to connect this cable up here. Sorry, I'm off screen, I've just realised. Cut out the way. Connect that up. Most of these connectors don't actually need to connect, but I like to try to connect as much as possible so I know I haven't missed anything, especially when I haven't got the schematics handy. How far through am I? 43.6 gig of 108 gig left. I've already transferred 100 gig. Wow, it's a lot of pictures, a lot of videos. Luckily I do back everything up. With that, goes over the fan. Put the fan on because we need to check if we're getting the fan spin. Helps to be connected to the right connector. So another thing I'm missing is my glasses, which I use for electronics, but to be honest with you, since a little while ago I haven't actually needed them because I've been looking so closely at other things that my eyesight actually got better. So I need to try and keep focusing on that. Come on, why are you not going in? I'm sure that's not right at all. It's a long time since we took this apart. Come on, click onto there. There it is. Just give me a second, I need a bit more light. Can't remember how this clicked under there. What's stopping you? Nothing's stopping you. Just keep on getting caught up on there. It's either that or that board's not in straight. That board's not in straight. That's what's stopping it. Come here. That's why that wire's meant to go underneath the battery and it isn't. Why are you not going underneath the battery? I should have realised that. Go over there. Go on, get back under. Ribbon cables. Try not to pull them too much, that's just cover actually. All these flat ribbons. Come on. I have a feeling this might have been heated up a little bit too much at one point. Come on. Pop in. And this is why you don't connect the battery up until you've got all the connectors in. Because that would have just sent 5 volts straight through, or 12 volts, or whatever voltage, 20 volts I think it is along that line, straight through the earth connection. Right, that's in, that's down. That can then go over the top and clip into there. Now all we're checking for is if the battery will power it up and if you get fan spin when you connect the power supply up. So connect the battery up, which I absolutely hate on these because this is such a stiff wooden cable. find the power supply, which I seem to have lost. I've put it down somewhere. There it is. So typical Apple power supply. And plug it in, if I can remember which one is which. I don't need that right now. I need more sockets as well. So we've got a green light on there. It's just connected up to the power port. Just have a look. A green light. There's a fan spin. Can't see a green light on the charger though. Ah, hang on, this is the one that needs to spin up 3 or 4 times before it actually switches on. Okay. Spinning. Well, back to life. I wonder if something was just shorting it out. Seeing no hard drive, obviously. The fan is spinning up massively. I know why that is. It's because it's not actually in the correct place, etc., etc. That battery is really concerning though. Right. I don't like to use the metal one. Where's my plastic one? Yes. Helps if I actually take the battery off rather than taking the connector off, doesn't it? Right. I think I am going to contact the eBay seller about that. Because I literally bought that a little while ago. Right, I am not going to screw this back together alive. I might give you another stream to show it working. Because I want to check that the drive works first. Because this was also in water, as you can probably see. It's got a bit damp. So I'll give this a quick wipe down. I'm doing this off camera, sorry, just because I need to be able to see it. Just give it a quick brush with the toothbrush. It's a special anti-static one, supposedly. Dry the hard drive. Well, solid state drive. Technically. This is where you set light to it just to dry it off. I think what I might do is just power it up and see if it loads into Windows and Windows and Mac OS. I'll stop that recording as well. I'm going to reconnect the battery just because I want to make sure it works. Well, the light. I see light. I see fan spin. Make sure the fan's actually blowing through the heatsink. I see an Apple logo and a loading screen. Bloody brilliant. It just needed a good clean. There's no corrosion, it must have just been something on the board shorting out all those little tiny strands of metal. One of them was probably shorting out something. Fan is going like crazy, but that's sort of expected. I haven't got all the sensors connected up properly yet and haven't checked all those. So we shall see. Well, it's an hour long stream. Love you and leave you. And I think, yep, my son will be very happy because this is his silly boy taking his MacBook into the shower. Bye for now. That's what I like to see.